Hello, YouTube viewers and PlayStation Network members and gamers everywhere. John Living Hot here. I know everybody's probably heard of this by now. Um, Now, everybody's seen the Angry Video Game Nerds, the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it got me thinking, which this has probably been done on YouTube already, but what most people probably didn't know unless they Googled it or checked it out. Um, I'm going to just play these two real quick and see if you can, yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. This one, okay. Then this. Yep, we're going to do a comparison. But we're not going to which code. They're both the same. And the reason for that being is they were both composed by the same composer. The one thing though is the game Rygar came out in 1987, March 17th, and then a year later, in March 8th, 1988, the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the video game for Nintendo, which is the worst game ever to play, by the way. I'm talking about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. If you basically watch the AVGN's video about that, which was like excellent. I can't pronounce the composer's name, but if you look up the composer for both those two, you'll find it. And I thought it was like very interesting and kind of like, yeah. What I don't know is why the composer chose to use the Wise Man's Chamber for the title screen of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is weird. They are both the same song. The only thing I've been trying to look up or Google on the web is to try to find out, did he know the mistake he kind of made? Because a lot of people probably recognize that when they probably got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, they're like. And the weirdest thing is, Temco basically made the Rygar game, while Toho basically made Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, I was gonna go by what I wrote, but I figure, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna wing it here. But it was like really weird because it got me thinking. Everybody's probably done this already, but I'm not gonna play the music comparisons. I just did earlier to let you know what we're gonna be talking about. It's like really strange. They're both the same tune, but and they're both done by the same composer. The one thing I don't know is why did the composer use the music from Rygar with the Wise Man's Chamber with the title sequence of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what I don't know. But he also did he also composed. Yes, he composed both those games, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Mr. Hyde and Rygar. But he also did the Super Godzilla game, which is awesome for Super Nintendo. Super Godzilla is okay. It wasn't a bad game, but the kind I thought I would be like seeing Godzilla like walking. You see his whole body and everything, except the only time you get to see his whole body. But we're not going into that. Well, I'm still looking it up. He was, I don't know how to pronounce his name. How much something has, I'll probably put it down on the bottom of the screen. Is a Japanese composer, sound designer, and programmer who worked for Temco, Vika, Toka, and Toka, and Advanced Communications Company. Now the weird thing I'm basically looking at in the at this what's called thing, it doesn't mention that he also did something for Toho. It just says Temco, which is the some of the games he worked on for. Okay, the Nintendo games that he worked on was Solomon's Key, Mighty Bomb Jack, Simon's Key. There's like different versions. There's ARC, which is I guess arcade, and then NES, and Rygar, like I said before, Google 13 Top Secret Episode, Cool Kid, and da da da, blah 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 blah. Oh, and he also did the he also composed the music for Clash at Demon Head for Nintendo. Let's see. Cyber Knights, never heard of that. Super Godzilla, yeah, which was 1993. In December of 2020, yeah, I got on the 22nd of December of 1993. Kind of wish I had bought that game, but I did have it, but I lost it. The damn thing is, it doesn't say too much, you know? It doesn't even mention that he also worked with Toho, because, like, the EVGN also mentioned in his rant on about the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde game that, you know, the music is composed by the same Witchclaw. The only thing is, Temco basically made Rygar, and Toho, Toho, basically made Witchclaw. They made Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde the game for Nintendo. So, you know, but what I don't understand is these two Witchclaws. This and this. What I don't understand is why the composer used the same song from Rygar for the title screen of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's like, in the great words of the AVGM, what the hell was he thinking? Like, nobody would actually think to notice that the same title screen is the same as the Wise Man's Chamber from Rygar. I mean, I never played Rygar, but, you know, I played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and let me tell you, that game sucks. But if you have any comments about it, post a comment about what you think the so-called composer was thinking when he used the Wise Man's Chamber theme for the title screen of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Until next time, YouTube viewers and PlayStation Network members, this is John. And same thing goes for you, great gamers out there that play Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games and such. Until next time, this is John 11 Hot saying peace out, game on.